Hi, Jeff Jackson here with another edition of Telecom Tips from Telephone Magic. Today, we're going to feature a Legacy Series digital line from Avaya. It is the Avaya IP Office 5400 series phones. These have been one of the most popular Avaya phone lines for the IP Office since its inception. They are now not made anymore by Avaya, although there are still new 5400 series phones available. The specialty here is generally going to be refurbished sets, and they are very popular because of their stylish nature. They're you've got the rounded curves, sort of almost European styling, and they have always been very popular on the Avaya IP Office. When they came out, they were actually utilized with the version 1 IP500. And they were utilized as well with the IP400, which is another sort of legacy switch. But with the IP500, you can use these with the version 2 cabinets. You do, in some cases, have to update the firmware in the sets, and that can be a little tricky. Just to let you know as a technical note, sometimes they don't automatically upgrade their firmware, and you have to go through a little bit of a process to make sure that they actually do, with a reboot, update to, for instance, version 6 from version 5 if you originally purchased an IP Office IP500 version 1 cabinet, and then you update later, for instance, for the sake of actually updating to advanced software, you're going to have a version 2 cabinet. In doing so, you'll need to update the firmware on the phones to release 6. And again, it is a bit of a process, but once it's done, all of the phones will come up and start uploading the Release 6 software and work fine on the new cabinet. There are essentially 3 phones in the series, and I'm going to show you those now. The 5402 is a sort of an entry-level phone. It's going to be used in lobbies and in warehouses and things like that, or for office users that just don't actually spend too much time on the phone. You'll see here that there are 2 programmable feature keys on the phone. It is a 2-line 24-character display as well. There is a message waiting indicator here, and I mean there's 10 fixed keys. There's a conference key, a transfer key, drop, redial, speaker, message, hold key, mute key, a volume up and down, and a feature key which allows you to access 12 additional dial pad features. And but they're not really they're not very good for things like DSSs, for instance. And here's just a larger picture of the phone. Again, the 2-line 24-character display, the 2 programmable feature keys, your message waiting indicator, etc. So that is again the entry-level version of the 5400 series phone. Beyond that, you move to what a general office staff person would utilize. And it can be used again only on the IP Office phone system. There are 12 programmable keys, and actually in a larger version you can see there's 6 keys, 3 on each side, and then with a shift key you can double that to the 12 programmable keys. So you just literally turn the page with your arrow keys here, and it's easy then to access additional staff members with a one-touch DSS, etc. Same thing as far as having all your feature keys down each side of your number dial pad here. And you've got your message waiting indicator at the top. And again, the 5410 is pretty much in use by anyone in an office, unless they're in the reception position or a manager's position that utilizes a ton of phone communication. That's the next set we're going to get into, the 5420. This phone will be used for receptionists and whatnot. 24 programmable call appearance keys. In this case, you've got 3 pages and 8 programmable keys, 4 on each side. A huge display as well. This is 7 lines by 24 characters, so it's a massive display. And all the regular feature keys are also available. Again, the ones that I mentioned earlier, I no need to continually repeat when you're getting into the hold key and things like this. And it does again have the change of page key, and that is how you access the different pages. just your arrow keys. It's like literally turning a page in a book. Very handy. And again, because of the stylish nature of the phone, these are really highly sought after by IP office users in the reception position, call centers as well, call center agents, for instance, for ACD, and managers. Then you get into the display module. It can only be used on the 5420. That's the EU24 Expansion Module. It can also be used in the IP version, which is the 5620, and in a couple of other series, the 2400, which is sort of Definity as well, and the 4600, which is IP Office and Definity. But always the 20-button set is the one that the EU24 can be added to. In this case, again, it's the 5420. And as you can see, there are 12 programmable keys on either side of the display, and you can you literally just make one-touch transfers with these. You can only add one of these modules to a 5420 phone, and only two can be utilized in the digital station module. So you have to be careful as to where you place them on the system. So that gives you a really good idea as to the expandability of a 5420, sort of a reception phone. And as well, you do need to have a 1151D1 power supply to run the EU24, and that's available here, as you can see. All of these products can either be quoted directly from the 5400 series page of telephonemagik.com. So literally come to telephonemagik.com, and from the home page, all you have to do is click the Avaya logo here. Takes you to a listing of all of the different series of phones. There's the 5400 series phones. Look how easy that is to get to, and each one of these can be quoted directly from here. You can see that you can just complete a number, for instance 6. We're going to put in 6 phones and get a quote, and it's as easy as that. At the same point, you can go to the individual page for the phone, and you can enter to have a quote directly from the individual page once you get more details on the individual model of set. So again, there it is, the 5400 series legacy phones, the digital phones from Avaya for IP office only. The 5402 is the 2-line 24-character display. The 5410 has more feature keys. It's an office user phone, has a 5-line display. And the 5420 with that massive 7-line display, and basically in use for call center ACD agents, receptionists, and busy managers, along with the EU24 Expansion Module and the 1151D1 power supply. This has been another edition of Telecom Tips from Telephone Magic. Please like this video. We appreciate your comments, and certainly we appreciate it if you will subscribe to the Telephone Magic channel here at YouTube. And we look forward to another edition of Telecom Tips from Telephone Magic.